Well, thanks everybody for coming out today. We're going to have a general contractor talk to you a little bit today, and just kind of giving you the basics, what to look for in a contractor. They're going to tell you about what they do, who they're, they have a couple people that they're working with right now, and they're always looking for more business, just like we are, always looking for more business. Biggest thing, and I always mention it, you gotta know everybody in this room. We got some deals here, we got some realtors, we got people looking for deals, more people looking for deals. Everybody should know everybody. If you have business cards, hand them all out. That's what the first hour is for, and for eating, but also just to get to know everybody. Make sure you talk to as many people as you can in the room and get their number. Call them tomorrow, call them next week. Say, hey, we met at the group. What other groups are you in? What are you working on? This is what I'm working on. Get to know each other. So it's always better to have a friend when you can call when something good happens or something bad happens. So let me go ahead and introduce Jackie here, and she's going to talk to you about how to find a contractor.
I'm going to be just really fast because my marketing director, is going to be giving the presentation. Okay. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes.
Put this somewhere on me.
That's really fast. All right. So how are we doing today? Good.
Awesome.
Good. We're really happy, and we feel really blessed to be here with you guys today. We're going to share how to get a good contractor. That's really important. Mr. Hector, he's here. He's going to be talking about. So if you have any questions, guys, today is the day. Everyone get the business cards? Everyone, right? We're going to be doing the raffle once we finish, okay? So please, Mr. Hector, come aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is high tech. Wait 1 second. All right. Hello, guys. My name is Hector Mendez. I am the marketing director for Unlimited Property Services. We're a general contractor. And we want to talk to you today. I know a lot of first guys are new. Some of you guys are already in business. You guys might already know this. What I really want to talk to you guys about is what to look for when looking for a contractor, and when you should get a contractor, and when you should try to do it yourself, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of things are you can do it yourself and save some money at the end. But on some things like electricity, plumbing, it might not be a good choice to try to save a couple of dollars on that end. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, thank you for having us here, and you newcomers, I'm new too, so thank you. All right, so again, we're Unlimited Property Services, general contractors. And this is what we're going to talk to you again, right? We're going to have an introduction, which he beat me to it, which was great, right? And we're going to talk about why I should hire a general contractor, right? When and why. And then the benefits of hiring a contractor. And then we're going to mention a little bit about who we are, and then we'll go ahead and we'll open it up for some questions, and hopefully I have answers. So we went ahead already, we mentioned who we were, who you guys were. I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor a little bit to Fabio, the founder of United Property. He's been here for 15 years in the service industry. And then we got one of our technicians back here, Fabian. So they're all out here helping us. As you can see, it's a team thing. And real quick before I get started with this presentation, as you can see, I have a question there. For the most part, do you guys have a good experience or bad experience, an overall experience with the contractors? The ones that you guys are in business, if you don't mind sharing. And I do have a little bit of sugar.
Tell him, you had a very bad experience.
Yay!
Can you tell us a little bit about it? I mean, not.
I had numerous bad experiences. But the most recent one was we hired a contractor based on the word of another investor, actually. And I have a partner. And I kind of vetted him a little bit, and then I had my partner meet with him at this house we were looking at. Well, we actually just bought it, and he said, "Yeah, he sounded legit. Like he knew he was talking about everything, and But we were talking about the budget, and this I know some of you might cringe, but just off of my experience here, you can learn. But we used him. I had like 2 other foundation bids, and then this guy could fit everything into the whole budget, which was like $65,000, including the foundation, right? So, I mean, that's just the least of the problems, actually. But basically, he started. It was supposed to be like when you do foundations, it takes about 2 to 3 days, unless it's like a serious run. It might take a week at most. This guy was in there still 2 weeks. He had already done demo, so then he had to brace things, like while he was still doing that, because we ripped a lot of walls out, and it still never got certified. And then after about, it took me too long to figure out that he was really screwing up. And he was still working on foundation while he was still already starting construction inside. And then after we finally got rid of him, right, this other contractor comes in and starts doing stuff in the electric that he had done. Well, it had already arced inside, brand new electric that this guy had just done, and it had already arced and was melting basically all the electric tape and against the plastic that was inside the box. That was one thing. And then we added, in this house, we actually added we used the attic space and added a room and a half bath. And the stairs that they built, the runners, only had like 2 2x4s supporting it. And one of them was already cracked.
Oh man.
So, I mean, the runners were good, but all of that weight was just supported by that. So, I mean, they had to redo all that. And then we had to pay for foundation twice. Our original bid for foundation was about $9,000, but with the way he was making it work out, it came to about $4,000. So we were like, okay, you know, and then
sounds good.
Bit us in the butt. And then we had to redo all the electric, all of it. New panel, everything from where the power comes from the city out back in, because he didn't use big enough gauge wire.
So you think you just kind of weren't
30
able to read them right?
I lost 30 grand.
30 grand later?
Yeah.
So what
And we didn't have and once that was done, I mean, our budget was
done.
So we basically broke even on the house, and we lost 4 contracts on it. The house, because of curb appeal, like I was telling him, the curb appeal was great. Like the first weekend, we actually already had a deal before it even went on the market because of the curb appeal. And but you know, we lost 4 contracts, so the 5th one, after redoing the foundation almost 2 times. So
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
things, sometimes you're like, oh, I can save some money here, and there's certain things you don't want to do that on.
and it kind of goes back to what I was talking about right now. And later on in our position, I do have the whole liability aspect, right? Where hey, if they have to do it, right? They have to wear under contract, they have their license, they're bonded. It's a little bit secure on our side, and it gives our buyer a sense of security, knowing that a licensed and bonded company went in here and took care of it. So, anybody else want to share an experience? I know there's several bad contractors out there, so there has to be more than one.
After his experience,
Oh, you think I can top it? You got any experience there, Ryan?
A little bit. I've worked for a GC I'm a project manager for a GC. I've done that for 10 years. I've worked with plenty of subcontractors, and I've dealt with good ones and bad ones, many bad ones. So, I mean, from the employee kind of standpoint, on my personal deals, actually, I mean, I kind of bet him on somebody else's nickel, and then I get the good ones for my personal deals. So, for my stuff, I've used the good ones and haven't lost any money on my
Yeah.
but I mean, all kinds of deals.
Well, I mean, the sad part is like everything in life, right? There's good and bad of everything, right? And it's up to us to make sure that we know what we're looking for. So when it's in front of us, we're realizing that's it, right? So make sure we maybe ask the right questions, right? You say you did it on somebody else's dime, that's the best way to learn, right?
You know how I told you an investor gave it to me?
Yeah.
You know, I think this guy just gave me the crap one. Because usually the guys that have the good ones, they don't want to let them go. And they won't even give them up to you, because once they leave, then they might not be able to get them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's.
Well, I'm giving you the good one.
Yeah.
I'm giving you all the good one.
Yeah.
And I want to make a parenthesis there. Is exactly what you're saying is true. The hard part of having our job is to have a good crew. It's not easy to have a good crew. And it's not easy to have 6, 7 people on time every day, and that's why we're here, because we want to make the difference. We got the crew, we want to work, but not with any person. It's with this high quality crew, because it has been hard to find these people. So we're here to work and work hard and give 100%, because since we moved, we are from Puerto Rico, so since we moved here, we have noticed like they don't care, they don't respond, no emails, no texts, and we're like, what's going on? But you know what? That's good. That's our
Yeah.
So I was gonna, if you don't mind if I can add to that, some of the other ones that I've had also, they'll say that they can get the job, and it sounds all good, and it's gonna require like 3 to 4 guys, right? Basically, let's just say 2 weeks to a month to get a project done, then this guy shows up and it's one guy. There goes
So
the
they
time frame.
over.
And then he brings one guy to paint a whole house, one guy.
Yeah.
And this house was like almost 3,000 square feet.
I was like, that guy ain't never gonna finish in 2 weeks. He was like there rolling, and I was like, oh my god. I was like,
The guy,
get the kids.
and the guy that we hired, he was great. And so what I was trying to say was, this guy, and I still use him for certain projects because he is good, but he just doesn't have the manpower to back
and
it up.
that's the thing. Most of the time, what happens also, what we learn here, if let's say that you contract me, right? But there's another better contract, I will just leave you standby, and then I will go to that contract.
Yep, because they already have this contract.
Now, what we do also, we work with a contract. So we sign a contract, and I'll give you an estimate of time. Of course, that will be depending on the weather, different things. But I also like to do update. Hey, this is going on. We're painting, we finished. We keep you updated, informed of how's your project.
Yeah, so again, I mean, it goes back to good contractors and bad contractors. You got to try them out. You got to burn yourself once or twice for you to know that, maybe you ask a little bit of more references, right? Some of their previous jobs, and maybe look at the reviews online. A lot of these people, everybody gives reviews online. Everybody has social media presence, so try to find out a little bit more about them. So let me continue. So the real question I usually get is, well, why should I hire you guys? I can do a lot of stuff myself. I can rip out the carpet, take out the baseboards, put on new ones. And it's true, you can, right? So everybody knows that you can. But it takes a lot of your time that you can be out there selling and buying new properties. And it lets you focus on what you know how to do, and it lets us focus on what we can do, right? We can knock it out in a timely manner, and you're able to focus and still make a profit at the end of the day, which that's what we're all here for. So, a general contractor, we understand the building codes. Personally, I have over 10 years in contracting and service industry as well. So we understand the code, and we understand the importance of building the code. For those of you guys who have home, you guys pass the inspection, right? The inspector comes and doesn't pass. What you gotta do, you usually gotta call some contractors, 3-4 different companies to get a bid and come out here, and then you gotta call 3-4 different companies for different trades, right? So there goes your day. When you hire a general contractor, they usually just take over the whole project and manage your subcontractors as well. In this case, we were able to deliver most of the project ourselves, and if anything that's out of hand or needs to be done quicker, then we would subcontract. So a good general contractor, he would also save you money, right? Because a lot of people say, well, I'll do it after work for 3 hours until I get it done. Well, that project goes on for 2-3 weeks. A general contractor can go and knock it out in 2-3 days, right? So talking about return on investment, you mentioned flip them, get them out of here. That's the best way to do it. Try to get invest the least of it and get the most out in return, right? So this is what I mentioned earlier to you guys, the last point. It's a great way to shift liability, right? The customer satisfaction, hey, it's not done correctly, come back and come back and come back and come back until I like it. I don't like it, give me my money back, right? I don't like it, give me a discount. I don't like it, take it out, whatever it may be. But we have that option now. When we know we hired somebody, when we do it ourselves, we don't like it, we gotta go and buy it again and try it again, right? Or we gotta learn to like it, because we're not gonna invest in it so much. So liability aspects, it goes a long way. It doesn't just go whether I like it or not. It goes whether the license and bonded aspect of it. Talked about electrical work and plumbing work. You want to make sure you get somebody in there who's going to be responsible for your house. You're going to be able to find later on and sue if your house burns, right? Well, not hope nobody's house burns, right? But that's what we want to do. We want to be able to shift the liability to somebody else and not say, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to save those $325 and try it myself. And later on, your house burns down and the insurance gets you for not having the right contract. Right, so it's trying to save you guys in the long run. And then here's some of the benefits, right? You save a lot of time and effort, right? You can just point what you want done and you don't have to sweat on it. Quality workmanship. We know what we're doing. We're professional at it. We've done it. It's not the first or last bathroom that we're gonna do or kitchen. So we done this. We know how it's supposed to look. We know the standards for the industry, and that's what you're gonna get. And then again, the liability aspect, you get your satisfaction guaranteed, right? You don't like it, we come back and we'll do whatever we have to do for you to like it. Sometimes you hire a contractor and they just come back and, right, for $39, I'll go out there right now to service your AC or whatever it may be, and then you can't find them anymore when that thing starts leaking or once the thing's not cooling anymore. And that is a problem when it's not your house, you really don't care, but when you're trying to make money off of it, it starts to affect your wallet, and that's when we start caring. So, a little bit more, again, a general contractor will oversee your projects, he'll manage your subs, he's a little bit more organized. They usually have a whole idea of the project itself. They've been doing different trades of it. They're not specialized, they're not especially electricians themselves or licensed, but they have an idea of the outcome of how it should be. And then more importantly, they help you get to the finish line. Right? A good contractor is going to ask you first thing is where you're trying to get to, what do you want to do with this, and how do we get there? That's the best way for us to do it. So now a little bit of who we are, right? Again, I was taking the picture, so I'm not there, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. No selfie. So that's our crew, right? We were uploading the trailer, which I covered with our logo there. But we're a long day of work. And then a little bit about who we are, right? We're commercial and residential services here in San Antonio, right? Well, we're 15 years experience with Mr. Fabio when he founded this business. And really what we're trying to do is we want you to be comfortable at home. Whether it's you as an investor or if it's your home that you want to remodel and feel good in. So what kind of services do we offer? I'm just trying to list them all because I couldn't remember them all. So pressure washing, it's a really good service, especially out there. Everybody has a lot of decks and pools. We pressure wash decks, pools, fences, right? We install fences, we do siding. The house cleaning is really a good one. A lot of these homes they leave them there and they're full of trash. So it's good somebody to get there with a big old trailer and just load it up with all this good stuff, get rid of it. Heavy house cleaning, that's usually when they have a junk outside in the yard as well, right? When there's cars stuck and metals and so forth that we want to get rid of. I'm sorry if I'm giving you guys my back. And so that's one of the things. So one of the services that we get a lot would be painting. Painting would be a little bit that we do a lot. Remodeling is very, very important. Remodeling just goes such a long way. Tree cleanup is very good for us as well. And flooring and tile. That's usually everybody says, hey, rip out my carpet and give me some tile, and that usually increases the price on the house, right? So this is who we are. There's our contact information. If you guys have any questions, we pass out our cards. And I would like to know if you guys have any questions for us. Any questions?
What are the most important points that someone must or should include in a contract that he sees?
Yes. More importantly, the contract is the detail of the job, the cost for the material, the hours that he's going to do, the work hours, right? The man hours that they're going to apply to it, and then the estimate date, the liability aspect, right? Who's responsible for what at what point. Those things are what should be most of the important things that you guys have focused on. And if anybody can add on, I know I mentioned 5. Anybody can add on based on your experiences what should be on a contract. Feel free to.
What about if you don't finish on time?
Yes, these are like.
Can we? I mean, 'cause something that we learned and we started doing was. Well, if they finished early, we basically give them a bonus, and if
Right.
they didn't finish on time, we'd give a little bit of a buffer, but based on weather or whatever. But after a certain date, then we start basically taking money away, like $50 to $100 a day.
Correct.
So,
Correct, and that's something that the school districts do as well when they're building their schools. That's how they reward their contractors for finishing early or finishing on time. So that's something that we follow as well, where we have our deadlines. Now we'll start to work it out from there.
You know what, adding to that, thank God we have not had that issue. So like a roof, you can do a roof like in one day. But 2 weeks ago, one of our roofers, it was so hot that the ambulance came. And he took, he went to the hospital. Things happen, but again, we always like to keep you informed, or the contractor needs to keep you informed. Hey, this happened. It might take us 1 or 2 more days, but of course not a week to change the roof. You know, things, I like to, instead, I know it's already one day, but I always like to give a little bit extra time.
Well, with the roof though, at least they could be doing other work while this is going on. And, you know, but something like a foundation and demo, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that has to be done first before you're pretty much going to do anything else, because that basically makes everything plumb. So, you know,
Do you mind?
Partial lien releases, payments, don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
You recommend doing that, contractors?
Yeah,
You pay them,
yeah,
sign
you
partial
pay them.
lien?
Yeah, you pay them a portion of it for them to get their material or whatever it may be to get started on the project. Then you can pay them as you go, and then you keep a 10 or 15% towards the end when the project is complete. So you're paying them accordingly. So yeah, partial payment is rest. It's notorious people get paid up front and right
They
find
run
them
away.
again. Good luck, right? So yeah, good, very good point.
Like a deposit?
Yeah, like a deposit payment where they pay you a little
Yes,
bit and we
yes.
go out from
For
there.
the deposit, if it's more than 1,000, I always ask for 35%. That's something fair. Why? Because there's a lot of materials that you need to buy. Like the shingles, that's so expensive. You know, materials that's like 2,500 only in shingles. Just you know, like an estimate. But 35% is a good percent, not the whole money up front.
Now, Rick, is there something you can add for a contract that we should watch out on contracts? I know you guys have to have some good one for us.
I'm always worried about the time.
Deadline.
That's usually the.
Yeah, that's very important, especially when you're trying to flip it and get it out.
Y'all do spec builds?
Spec builds, we work on them, but it's more based on the size of it. Yeah, so yeah, we do. So answer your question, yes. Yes,
For
ma'am.
those of us that are kind of new, that's doing rehab and stuff, we go see a property, and because of the numbers are very important to, you know, the final product. Would y'all be able to go out with, say, any one of us to figure those numbers to make sure that, because they're on a time restraint.
Correct.
Time restraint also, so.
Yes.
Numbers are really important, so that's what I was asking.
Yeah, we will. We do offer free estimates.
Okay.
So at the moment you guys want to meet up at a new property and try to see if it's worth you guys investing in it, including the extra charges that you want to do, definitely we can call it and schedule ahead of time and find out. And it's something that you can we'll be able to compare our pricing and realize that we're very fair and we're honest where the pricing should be.
Also, sometimes the realtors, they don't have no time, you know, to meet us in certain place. We like to have everything written. Hey, Jackie, can you go and check this? Boom, we go, we do the estimate, and then we send you the quote. So that way we have everything. We don't want to miss nothing in the house because that's your time. So we don't want to be, you know, in and out of the house. We just go. But if you can please put everything, you know, on like an email. I want to do this, square feet, blah blah blah. It will be easier for you.
Yeah, another thing that like I would just keep in mind is like if you take any contractor out to a house to give you an estimate on rehab, like most of the time contractors aren't investors, so they'll go and they'll say, oh, granite, hardwood, you know, they'll put all the things that the house does not need. So it's good to know your rehab before you take the contractor out there. So you pull your comps and you see the houses that have sold. If they don't need hardwood, you don't need hardwood. If they don't have granite, you don't need granite. So like that's basically what I would recommend to do before you take a contractor out there. Like you said, so you can have a scope of work, you can know what they're gonna do, and then they'll go out there and then give you a bid. So it's just a
And
rule.
also be honest with, I have clients, I have investors, and I have realtors say, Jackie, we need to flip this house. We don't care about granite or nothing. We want good, bonito, barato, cheap, you know? So we will get the cheapest thing for your client, but nice
Yeah.
and fast. Because we know how to roll. I know that it's a deadline, you're under pressure. Sometimes you have a contract, and sometimes you need some repairs. To close the contract, boom, let's go ahead and make it happen. You know, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, so it goes back to knowing what you're looking for, especially in your house, what you want to get out of it. And that way when you got somebody here and they're trying to upsell you on something, you know where to stop them and say, I'm only trying to flip this. But yes, ma'am.
What's the turnaround normally for an estimate?
To send you an estimate, I like to do it no more than 3 days. I like to do it in 2 days. So let's say if I go on Friday, by Monday you will have your estimate. And that's another thing. Most of the contractor will take a week and a half for an estimate, and then you're waiting just for one estimate, and then you need to go back to your client and discuss the estimate and the price. So at the time when you start the project, it's already 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a half. We don't want that. We go to your house today or tomorrow. We'll do the estimate. Give me two or 3 days, and I will send the estimate. And again, sometimes, like right now, today, I received a person, a client. He said, "Hey, Jackie, I have this kind of money. Do you think we can work it out? Let's work it out. Let's make it happen because we're here to work, but we want you guys to make money as well."
And Jackie, do you guys do like a payment plan on like a schedule or anything like pre to you guys starting or
Like the deposit?
yeah, there's a deposit and then you guys get paid
Partially.
weekly or what would
No. We unless it's a big
Yeah.
project, we do pay like every week we will receive this kind of money. But if not, we will ask for 35-50% upfront, depending on the project.
Mhm.
Every project is different.
If it's a big project, would it be 50%?
If it's a big project, yes.
what do you
Any-
consider big?
Yeah.
Well, do you have square footage?
More than
Yeah,
two.
that's big. That's big.
Thank you.
Any more questions, guys? It's actually pretty fun standing up here, to be honest. I'm
You start telling jokes.
Anybody have some feedback, some questions, suggestions you guys want to make, or some tips you guys want to give to the group? Feel free. Yes, girl. No?
I have a question.
Yes.
In the contracts, do you generally tell that, kind of like quality, like, okay, I want ceramic tile, and you kind of give them an idea of what it's gonna be, or,
Yes.
because I know like hardwood floor, there's a big range.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. What I prepare, what we actually prepare is like an example. So you can share to your client the different colors that we work with. Same thing with the painting, flooring, carpet, everything.
So
So
they
that
can
way
see
they can
samples.
see. Yeah,
Okay.
because sometimes they don't know. You will mention a brown, bro. There's like 10 browns. Sometimes they like light brown, medium brown. So hey, you can choose between this budget.
Yeah, it's all based on the budget. You guys, I heard that before. So, yes, sir.
Do your subcontractors, do you give them a 1099?
Yes.
And do you give them a 1099 at the end of each job, or just wait till the end of the job? If that electrician did 7 jobs for you that year, you wait till the end and give them one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
For this subcontractor, they have been with us. Like I mentioned, we have this nice crew that we don't choose any subcontractor. So we have been working with them.
Okay, and how about electrical and plumbing? You guys are licensed?
Yeah, they have
Electrical
licensed
plumbing?
contractors.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
As far as like material buying, do you guys go with the customer?
We can go, yes. We have, it depended, again, your time. So, hey Jackie, I want this. If you give me the list and you don't have no time, I will buy it, of course, and then I'll show you, hey, we buy this. But sometimes we can go with the customers, we don't mind. We have customers that they buy their own materials and they only pay for the labor. We can also do that.
Okay, great, thanks.
Just to add to that, she's asking that question. One of the things that I learned also is setting up, for at least newbie people, is setting up an account with Home Depot and with the Pro Desk. You don't have to actually have an account like money-wise, but just the actual professional like business name there. And then they can, like whenever you need something or your contractor needs something, they can call it in, or you can call it in. Actually, Home Depot even has an app that you can actually literally go to the SKUs and pick the actual things. But the Pro Desk will pull it, or you can have your guys go pull it, and then they'll go to the Pro Desk, and then they'll call either you or whatever investor before they charge, and they'll say, is this amount okay to charge? And you can give the amount, and then your contractor can leave. That protects you from giving somebody a check and then never seeing the product. So
Yeah, it's very common. Yeah, it's great.
It's good, and that's help you guys, time-wise, because we just go there, we have investors that pay, authorize us.
it saves you a lot of time,
Yeah.
because I've gone where we are the ones picking it, and that, I mean, you guys know how Home Depot is. I mean, it can take you forever, you know, and then you're missing like this and that because that Home Depot doesn't have it. So
Yeah, so you've been doing it for a while, bro.
yeah.
That's good. All right, well, if you guys have any more questions,
I do.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you guys have like wholesale accounts with specific different type of material, building supplies,
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we have a raffle. Make sure everybody give us your business card. We have a raffle there. And then whoever doesn't win the raffle, we have some chocolates as well. So we have sugar either way. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
I just wanted to say, guys, thanks for coming by. Join the meeting. Again, make sure you talk to everybody, get everybody's card, find out what everybody does, because I'm sure you will need some help. So thanks again for coming. We still got about 20 minutes, so if y'all want to just hang out for a little bit. Thanks.